really my approach with photography is kind of just it's my tool for studying the world, and studying people. That is
All right.
but that is actually how I get most of my good content. I even every time like I even when I use my video on the street or like video whatever,
Hmm.
I'm always like, hey guys, no pressure. Odds are I won't have time to edit this anyway. So
Yeah.
so yeah, no pressure. If it sucks, then we don't have to use it. Anyway, that's I feel like I get some of my best content when I do that.
No problem. No problem.
So you for the audience, Eduardo here is the winner of the camera giveaway. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hi everyone.
dude, all right, you're not gonna believe this. That bed in your background. When I
Yeah.
when I lived in New York, I had one just like that. Almost like I
the,
think that exact bed. And the reason I
the,
remember is because I slept underneath. Like I had my bed underneath, and I would look
mm.
up to that little grid pattern that's underneath your bed. It is that is
That's the
hilarious.
the old
Dude,
IKEA
not only do
bed.
we have now you use it, yeah, same camera, and you got the same bed.
That's funny.
um, yeah, so you live in Germany, man, and you're originally from Colombia.
Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. What do you plan on doing? What are you excited about the camera? What's you most excited about? The 5D Mark II.
Oh, it's a very nice camera. It's super big. Like I've never had such a big camera before.
Yeah,
Here
it's a
it
big
is.
body, right? Well, I mean, I bought that. Oh, you got a lens already.
Yeah,
Is that the 50?
it's 50. Yeah, but it's a borrowed lens. My neighbor had it, and he was like, "Hey, you can use it to test the camera tomorrow." So
Yeah.
I will try with the 50, the
50 is my
legendary
favorite,
50.
man. Like if I had to pick one focal length, it'd be a 50,
Yeah,
if I had to.
and I want to do some portraits because I always shoot APS-C. But I think with the benefit of the full frame is that compression you get, like the space between you and the subject gets like whoa.
Yeah.
It looks completely different than with an APS-C 35. So
Yeah, it's great, man. It
I'm
looks
very up to do some nice portraits with that camera.
yeah. In fact, it's funny is I put it up I did the giveaway, and I guess I just had it for so long, and I hadn't been using it because I have the
Hmm.
3, and then I switched to Fujifilm, which isn't
Hmm.
necessarily the smartest thing when you look at it. Like a lot of people would be like, "Why the hell would you go from a full frame to a APS-C?"
Uh,
Honestly, yeah, right. No, I think the image quality is great. You
it's
know,
very good. Yeah.
the the, the dimensions of the megapixels is actually larger, but
Hmm.
the sensor size is smaller. It's just it's pretty interesting, all the science behind all that and how it works out. But
Hmm.
a big part of it is just the nostalgic feel of having all the dials, and it works
Yes.
just like a phone camera. And if I really don't want to, I don't even have to go into the menu. I can just literally just go, and that's what I love about it. That's the big part of it. Yeah, and I just got the XT4 like
Oh,
a week ago.
nice.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. So
God.
so I used that's my combo. I got the XT3 and the XT4.
Oh,
That's my
that's a heaven's combo.
yeah. It's a good yeah. And now I'm pretty much just use one for video and one for stills. And then I also recently got the 56 millimeter, which converts to a 85.
Hmm.
Um, and I got the vertical grip on it, so I got
Oh,
the batteries. Yeah, so it looks nice and just serious.
yes, yes. I also have Fujifilm. I have
Oh,
I have a X-T2.
let me see it.
Where is it?
That's pretty great.
So I also have this. This is like my main camera right now.
Really?
Well,
Okay, good. I haven't,
yeah.
I honestly got into Fujifilm. I guess it would be right at the end of 2018. So, and
Hmm.
right around that time, for some reason in the past, like I had friends that had them, and I just kind of didn't even pay any mind to it. I was just like, I got the Mark III at the time, or the Mark
Uh-huh.
IV, and I was like, I just want, all I need is the best. I'm not a tech guy. I really never been like. I'm more just like, it's not the tool, it's how you use it. That's like my favorite saying.
That's that's
You
true.
know, uh, there's too much of our society these days, especially all the photographers online. Like it's like it's more about the technology these days. It seems on the or if you watch YouTube,
Yeah,
uh,
it's dangerous, dangerous.
it's like it's all about that's the videos that get the most likes and whatnot. And I
Mhm.
kind of it makes me not want to do tech videos, but I will.
Yeah.
I do like I try to make my videos more about me creating, and then
Mhm.
with a little bit of tech, if not much. But the point of me talking about that was when I got X100F, and cannot think, I can't remember why or how that camera came to my attention, but I bought that thing, and it was like a whole new world to me. I was just like, I just fell so in love,
Mhm.
you know, and
I can imagine. I like one friend had a X100, the normal one, the first one, and that thing was so quiet. I never heard when he was making pictures, and he had the camera with him all the time. I
yeah,
think that's like the perfect camera for you to forget you're a photographer and just enjoy it and use
yeah,
it as your personal, no pressure
yeah.
camera, you know?
Well, I heard that, and that was my problem with a lot of digital cameras in the past, because I played with, like, I always wanted something small that I can keep around with me,
Hmm.
especially when I was in New York and stuff. And I got like the G1X and the G10, or I had a G12. Are you familiar with those? Those are Canon, and they were
Nope, nope.
cool. I thought they were great, but the lag on it was just so long.
Oh,
It was like, you're like, I missed it.
oh fuck.
Me, me, me. You're like, I missed it again.
Oh shit.
But these, man, as soon as I got that X100F, and I was like, I was just
I can
like,
imagine.
man, I loved it so much. I can't even, like, that's where it really hit me. And yeah,
Hmm.
great. Yeah, I got to get out there, man. Are y'all still under quarantine over there?
Well, the thing is, in Germany, we were never obligated
That's right.
to to stay. We had like some restrictions, like you can go outside, you can do sports, you can do some kind of things, but you have to minimize your social contacts at a bare minimum, and you can maximal meet one person with distance. That was the rule till mid-April or kind of May, and then the rule was like you can meet with two households can meet. So if you live in a shared apartment with 5 people, you don't need to be distanced. You can be outside together, and you can meet another group, like another household. So it's very well. It's free, but the thing is, it's very hard to control if people keep the distance or not. That's the
Yeah,
main,
yeah,
the main issue. But you can go to supermarket and every day of your choice. Like it's been well, the people are respecting, of course, the situation, but now it's getting more more free. Like the people are
yeah.
beginning to really get upset about the situation, and
Who's getting
yeah, I
upset?
see,
They're getting
I
upset.
see. Yeah, I mean, like, how do you say upset? It's like it's not funny anymore to quarantine. Like
Oh,
that,
yeah, 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 yeah.
like it's oh my god, don't talk about Corona, kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
mentality in general. Like everyone is tired.
Dude, from the beginning, I thought it was. I mean, I don't want to get into it too much, but I never thought it was like serious. I think it's just it. I think most people know that it was overhyped by the media, and the
Hmm.
numbers are just like when I first when it first happened. One of the first things I saw was someone who showed me the what the CDC wrote up about how to diagnose people in the hospital, and that
Hmm.
paper itself made me be like, it's bullshit, because it said basically was encouraging people to put the doctors and whatnot. It literally said multiple times on it. that they can, if it's questionable, that they can just put them in the COVID category, like regardless
Oh,
of pre-existing conditions and this and that. And it was like, and it said that multiple times. It also said that if you're a doctor and you make a mistake and you put somebody in the COVID category or whatever, that they're not going to be checking later on, and you will not be reprimanded if you make a mistake.
mm-hmm.
Like it was like they're encouraged, like it's almost like they're encouraging it. And like as soon as I heard, like, read stuff like that, and then you start seeing all the numbers, how they've been, there's a number of things. I don't want to too much about that. I just want to say that from the beginning, I knew it was like overhyped. It's like
It definitely was overhyped. Yeah.
people love being scared, and like
Yeah.
they just want to have a reason to stay home and be taken care of. The victim mindset.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
well,
you're in Los Angeles right now?
no, I'm in Louisiana.
Ah, okay, because in the package was like LA, I think.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
So
That's
like,
that's the sign. That's Louisiana. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
LA is short for Los Angeles, but
Exactly.
LA, Louisiana is short for, that's the short name for Louisiana, the initials for Louisiana.
Okay. And how is it there?
It's
Like,
confusing, but I did live in Los Angeles for about 7 years,
mm-hmm.
or California for 7, Los Angeles for like 3.5.
Okay.
So that was a cool time in my life. I went to school out there. I went to Brooks Institute of Photography.
Brooks.
Yeah, have you heard of that? Yeah,
No, never.
it was like it was, considered one of the top photography schools in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying what most people pay to go to med school for a photo.
Yeah. Okay.
But they actually went down. So it was like a really good school, and then a corporation took it over and started just letting whoever in, and it just kind of went bad, and to where a lot of people wanted their money back because they were given false promises. And this happened to me. Literally, when they like, I called them to talk to them about it, they told me straight up, they were like, you will be making at least $100,000 a year when you get out of school by either working as a photographer yourself or assisting. And I was like, okay, but
Okay.
that didn't happen.
Hold my camera.
That didn't happen to many people. Like, many people got out of school were like, this, yeah, they did. Because I mean, photography it's not an easy thing. You got to really be able to sell yourself and be persistent.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite photographers from the past would be Richard Avedon, is one of my favorites. And and his book, a book about him written by one of his studio managers, was she talks about it, and she says that he, like, today you'd be put in jail for the things he did to get the jobs that he got.
Today.
Yeah, like basically you'd be put in jail for harassment, or like following people, waiting for people to walk out of their business, to be like, catch them on the street and be like, hey, I've been waiting all day. I mean, I'm not sure exactly the stories. There may be something there, but that's a really good book. I want to read it again one day. It's called Something Personal. Something Personal. Because the reason it's called Something Personal is because one of his most famous books that he ever put out, photo books, was Nothing Personal, and it was like very revealing photos of all different types of people. In fact, I bought that book. I bought a issue of it. Man, I'm glad we're talking about this. I forgot about that book. It's in here, though.
Do you have many photo books?
Oh yeah. I got a ton.
Yeah,
I want to get more. I got Helmut Newton. I'm looking. I can see right here Peter Lindbergh, Helmut Newton, Annie Leibovitz.
Oh yeah, Helmut Newton. If you are in Berlin one time, you have to go to the Museum of Helmut Newton at the Zoologischer
Oh,
Garten.
I
It's
would
like
not be
a
surprised that they
oh,
have.
you have to go. Oh,
I,
you have to go.
shit, I'll probably come just for that.
It's very nice to see, like, the famous portrait of the four girls, like the four naked ones, black and white background, and it's like super big, like more than A0. Oh man, it's very nice to see.
I have to see, dude. I'm gonna look up and see
Hmm.
what it's gonna cost to come to Germany. Maybe I'll come meet you
That
and
would be nice.
do some photos of people on the street. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be very nice.
Actually, yeah, I would. That would probably have to be very late in the year. Okay. One thing I'm looking at doing is in September,
Hmm.
might go to London.
Oh, in
Okay.
September.
Yeah, there's a big chance I'm gonna go to London in September.
Oh wow.
And maybe from there I'll hop over to Germany.
Well, if you are in Germany, tell me and we can meet, take some
Dude,
pictures.
that'd be sick. I'll come sleep on that
That'd be
bunk,
nice.
the bunk bed.
That'd be funny.
Does it squeak like mine did?
It's very unstable, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's horrible. Like I
The
think
first months you have to accept that you may die if while you're sleeping because it may fall down.
yeah, it's in the small print. There's so many good things in this Avedon book. They have like stories of different assistants he had, and they tell like stories of their shoots and different things that happen. And
Hmm.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's so many.
Do you have assistants with you when you're working?
Me, not recently. It depends on the job. You know, a lot of big photographers, not a ton of them have like full-time assistants anymore. As far as I know, you know, some of them might. They might have one or two. Most people are freelance. They just freelance different assistants. And I was a freelance assistant for a lot of people when I was in Los Angeles and in New York. So I did a lot of that. But to be honest with you, I didn't get called back very often.
Okay.
I don't know. Some people just aren't good assistants. I thought I was a great assistant.
All right.
But I think it just has to do with like personality issues and things like that. Like clients would just talk to me, and sometimes there's rules. There's unspoken rules where you're not supposed to talk to the clients. You're not supposed to talk to you're just supposed to be quiet, wear black, and fade into the background. You know,
That's
like
true. Yeah, that's so true.
right? It is true, and most people know that, and I knew that too. But when somebody initiates conversation with me, I'm not gonna like just not say anything.
Yeah.
I gotta be a nice person.
True.
And I might have been too nice on shoots, I think.
The first time I was assisting someone, like a product photography guy, I came up with a sweater that had like black and white stripes, like a prisoner. And he was like, "Dude, do you really, bro? Like, you will be on all the reflections of all the products."
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
And I was like, "Oh, dude, don't kill me. Sorry, next time, only black."
I had a girl help me on like some portraits I did like last week, and she showed up with this. She's like really into fashion. She looked cute. Her outfit was great. She had black pants on, but she had this big pink, bright pink long sleeve sweater, and I was just I was like, don't stand too close to the people because I don't want like pink reflecting on them.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that. I was wondering why she was staying so far away most of the shoot, and I was like, oh. Later on, I was like, oh, that's because I told her that, you know, I was worried about
reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a lot of these online training that you can get from people, right? And it's just basically like 300 to 600 to 2,000, depending on who you're buying it from, and it'll be like all about photography. What I want to do is like something like that, so it'll be like 8 videos, I guess you could say, eight lessons. But we'll have a once a week there'll be an assignment, and then also we'll have a once a week meeting with the group, however many people I have per 8-week session. So do a few a year would be amazing. So I can just do like a class and have like a Zoom meeting and critique people's work and this and that. So that's what I want.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really want to do it. I think it'd be awesome. I'm kind of into that. I think it'd be fun. And then I'll continue to make YouTube videos with tips and tricks in the videos and whatnot. That's my real goal. My real goal is to be able to interview and photograph like high performance people, photographers as well. So it'd be really cool to be able to interview some big time photographers and whatnot and get information from them in an interview, but also photograph them or have them photograph me, whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be cool content, shoot the video, the whole, or, part of it would be cool because we can learn from other photographers too, so that's the point of saying them photograph me or hang out with them on one of their photo shoots, whatever. But, and get some insight from them would be really cool.
Do you you have taken some self-portraits in this time, if I am not wrong, right?
Some of us, yeah.
Yeah.
And part of that came from I was looking at, somehow came across Laura Jade. She has she does like a
challenge.
She does there's a self-portrait photo challenge, yeah. So because of the lockdown and everybody's indoors and stuff, and I saw that and I was like, well, that's something I need to do. So yeah, and I'm not going to say I'm a big advocate for it, but I think it is definitely something, if you want to be a portrait photographer, you got to know what it feels like. Like,
no,
direct
what do you mean?
and understand people so much better. I think it's so funny how many people out there are like, especially myself included in the past, I was always like, I'm only behind the camera. Freaking snob. That's me. I mean, like literally, I was like that for a very, very long time. Because it's not easy to look at yourself, but it can be an enlightening and deep learning experience. Learning to accept yourself for who you are. Because I definitely
think that's indeed very important to sometimes let people photograph you and remember like how is the interaction, like forget about where the lights are and just be yourself and show yourself to that person. Or in the case of a self-portrait, I think it's also very important to be true to yourself, and it's hard to achieve that point, like when you feel like or you're expressing something and it's real, not only posed, and it's therapeutic.
I guess it is. It is therapeutic. Phototherapy. I think that's a book. There's a book about that. I've had my ups and downs with photography, I can tell you that. It depends on how you're approaching it too. Like, I mean, I've been in and out of love with it, but part of it comes from like, you might get discouraged if you're not making as much money as you thought you would be, and it can be hard to get jobs sometimes, and
I can imagine.
But it's just all about persistence. So I'm actually going through a big change, I guess you could say. So I'm starting to embrace, like, I never was a writer. I've been writing as much as possible so I can make better content, shoot video. But I'm also about to start, I think I'm going to go through old work and future work and start like a blog. Have a photo blog, so you got the photos, but you also have the story to go along with it. So
that's nice.
In a perfect world, I have like a cool photos, video of it, and I'll post about it. And at the bottom of the blog, you got a video clip to the YouTube.
Lots of projects going on, like the classes, the archive work.
Was that?
That you have a lot of things going on right now, like the videos of the posts and the classes as well.
Yeah. Well, the classes will be later on down the road because a lot of the feedback I've gotten from my videos involve a lot of people asking me how I am able to go up to random people and talk to them on the street.
Okay.
So
That's a good thing. Good
yeah, so
challenge.
a lot of people ask me about that, and so it made me realize like there's a lot of kids, especially these days, a lot of younger kids. I think it's pretty well known, or I mean, as well as far as I know, that a lot of kids have a harder time communicating person to person because at least that's what the older generations are saying.
Okay.
Like that the younger kids don't know how to talk in person as well or whatever. Regardless, the point is we all need help, with
Yeah.
being more likable, being more interesting, being able to have like a more fun conversation with people.
Mm-hmm.
For instance,
Mm-hmm.
like if you're at a party and somebody's like, "Yo, so what do you do?" Like, how do you answer that?
Oh, that would be like, I'm up to get to know you better and take a photo of you later tonight or so, and then it will be interesting.
Yeah, okay, that's all right, that's cool. But what I meant was like, how do you answer like, what do you do? Like, what's your job? What do you do? Like, what do you
Oh,
answer?
all right. I would say I'm a photographer, international photographer living in Germany.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's a good way of answering it if you want to just sound like normal or if you don't really want to keep the conversation going.
Okay.
So, but if you want to be like, I like to take the goofy, funny, sarcastic approach. So if somebody's
Uh-huh.
like, "Hey, what do you do?" I'm like, "Well, I like to take people and put them in different situations and angle them in different ways and use this device that traps light and basically
Okay.
steals people's souls." And but I try and make people look good by doing it.
That's a very good description.
Right? Just like I mean, that was just kind of off the top of my head, but
Mm-hmm.
like if you're a painter or even if you're like, no matter what your job is, if you're an accountant, you're like, well, I'm not, it's like, if you want to keep the conversation going, you don't say, I'm an accountant. You say, well, I help people manage their money to help make their lives better and help them make more money in the future. Like, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, little things like that, but also, for instance, my best advice to anyone in almost any situation, or if you were to walk up to random people on the street and you want to meet them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what you want to do, enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is key.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, like
Yep.
people are
Yes.
attracted to enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
They want to. They naturally, when they see how enthusiastic you are about something, they're naturally going to want to help you. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then also
But
start with like a comment. You're like I would see Eduardo on the street, like, dude, that's a nice navy shirt you have on. That is great. What are those designs on there? Where did you
uh-huh.
get that? You have great style. See, look,
That's nice.
you're
Thank
already
you.
like turning red and smiling. So, and then I could be like, can I take a portrait of you? Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's a good way to hit on
And
girls too, right? So you start talking about something else. You always kind of like compliment them in some way. It didn't even have to be or be as sarcastic and
but I think that's very good. Like the positive mindset is the best thing you can have when you have your camera. Like it really makes it's the difference. I think if you are like in a good mood and you're enjoying yourself, things just happen and you see the moments better and you I don't know, it's like that flow moment that you have
it's
that
true.
everything goes right
Get in
and you don't
that
want to stop.
flow state. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best.
But also not taking the nose personally.
The nose.
Nose, like if somebody says no,
I know. No. Don't get. Nah.
I'm just saying.
You normally can predict if the person will say no if you're into flow.
All right,
Yeah,
that's some
because you can
good.
read the body language and how the person is walking, and you see like, I had tried, but
Yeah,
I think there will be.
yeah. It's
Let's
not
see.
usually.
But you can try.
I've been with
Just
friends. You know what's funny is I've been with friends where they're like, "Why don't you go talk to that person? Why don't you go talk to that?" I'm like, because you said that, I don't want to go talk to him.
yeah.
It's like I know, I feel it in my gut. It's true. It's very true. Because that
Yeah.
goes right along with what you're saying. Because like I'll be like walking around, and there's been times I have a lot of I have like 3 or 4 days, like street shooting days, or shit more than that actually, that I haven't even looked at just because I haven't had time to edit. Um,
Hmm.
I'm thinking about different instances. There's other times where I force myself. For instance, like there's a time in New Orleans where I photographed these people in the street, and then as I'm photographing on Bourbon Street, right in the middle of the street, I'm photographing like these street artists, right?
Hmm.
And I see in the corner of my eye, there's like 2 girls just kind of standing there. And then I look at them, but they're not looking at me. They're kind of,
Okay.
and I'm like, they want me to say something to them because
Uh-huh.
there's nothing else around them. They're just standing right there, like watching me shoot these other people. So
Hmm.
immediately, I mean, I didn't even like all just from those points of that fact, I was like, "Yo, why don't I shoot you guys?" And then I shot them, and that was cool. But but yeah, like that just goes with like reading people, and that's another thing I want to get into that. Like I'm really interested in that. I mean, I just read. I'm like on a second book that talks a good bit about reading body language and things like that. So it's pretty
Hmm.
really interesting stuff. And then also, um, yeah, one on body language. What was it? There was something I was going to say. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But point is, I want to get into all that. It's just about understanding people, kind of thing.
Hmm.
The most interesting thing that I learned from this one book is basically, the whole idea of body language is our faces. Most people already know. They say to read people's faces or read their eyes, but most people know
Hmm.
that. So your face or is basically your lion. You got 2 different parts of you. You got your limbic brain, which has to do with your body and different things your body does, like your truth. That's the way I like to think about it. It's like your truth is in your body. Your
Hmm.
your prefrontal cortex, your thinking brain, is actually your lying brain. That's the one that thinks and comes up with different things and can make up
Hmm.
bullshit. You know. So point is people's bodies don't lie. That's where your truth is. So when
Yeah.
you lie or something, you might rub your wrist while you're saying it, and you might rub your throat, rub your neck, like as I'm saying the lie. I mean, this comes from a lot of different studies and videos of people talking when they know they're lying, and they do
Hmm.
this while they're lying, and then as soon as they quit lying, their hand goes away, and they'll talk normally. This is when they're telling the truth or whatever, and then their
Hmm.
hands. Uh, there's analyze. Yeah, there's
Uh-huh.
videos that analyze Mark Zuckerberg and
Oh.
him talking about them taking down videos and stuff on Facebook, and he never shows his hands. He never turns his hands over. He's always like this. That's a sign that they're hiding something and keeping something away from him. Yeah,
Hmm.
there's a lot of this stuff. And for instance, like say you meet somebody on the street, most likely they're going to be in the beginning of the conversation. They might be like this because they're kind of
Maybe.
protecting them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all this is
True.
like you got an arm in the way. It's all like protective,
Like,
but
what do you want? Like, oh.
and their feet are one of the main things you can watch.
Yeah.
And
That's what I wanted to say. Like, if the feet are pointing to the door, they want to go out, for
yeah,
example.
yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
So that's way like so say you walked up to somebody on the street and they're like what, and then that you got them whenever they open up to you. They turn their
Mhm.
shoulders to you, and you can talk a little more. One of the best examples is customs. When people are going through the airport and they're going through customs, and they ask them, do you have anything in your bag or whatever? Someone who's dishonest and worried will exactly do that. So say the door is this way, they'll be turned towards the door, and they'll be like, and they'll give an answer that's like straightforward and like, I have nothing in my bags, and
Uh-huh.
their feet are still pointing towards the door, like,
Yeah.
but when they open up to the person and their shoulders are at them and their feet are at them and they're not ready to run out the door, so it's like, that's suspect. If their feet are pointing towards the door
It
in
can
that
be
situation.
it can be applied to photography. If you are in the street and you want to take a picture of someone, a stranger, you can go to a person, approach the person, and ask the person, "Can I take a photo of you?" But in that moment, your attitude is important. If your body language says like, "I don't want to take a picture of you," but I'm saying, "I want to take a picture of you,"
Yeah.
but your tone, so you have to be concisive, like in everything, like in the tone, the way you approach the person, the way you look at the person, like, and there's another thing, like some people feel guilty when they do street photography,
Yeah.
and I think that's a major point that stops the people. Like they feel like, oh, I feel like doing something wrong because maybe it's illegal, but
It's
then
true.
it's your point of view. Like
Not legal. It's not illegal. Just
if
saying.
you think, for example, yeah, I think in Germany it's a little bit complicated,
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah, but the thing is, I wanna show the person in a good light, like, and I wanna create something nice about the moment. Yeah, document the street, like the everyday life, and I think that's very valuable, and it's something that it's worth to keep alive, like those small moments that everyone just passes by because they're distracted by the phone, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think you should not feel guilty while doing street photography and asking people to for photos. Like I forgot about that guilt long before, ago, and that's the best. Like I don't feel guilty taking pictures
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
mostly.
especially if you say something. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there's definitely a place for like catching people. I mean, I do appreciate that. You call it, that would be more documentary or more street photography, where you just kind of catch people as they are. In fact, I just found some old stuff. I used to keep a film camera on me as well, and I just found some old scanned rolls. I'm gonna put them on my website soon. That'd be
Ooh.
cool. And they're like old stuff from New York, just walking around the street and just walking up and getting one snap, like right at one person, uh, or people crosswalk like that. That's what just popped in my head for some reason, because there's a place for that kind of stuff too. So like all these people are coming down this crosswalk, and I'm just like, catching all the people and whatnot in the snow. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
but yeah. Oh, I do a lot of that type of stuff where I see, there's somebody right here I want to shoot, and I'm like, and I know they're about 5 feet from, or whatever, 15 feet from me, and I'll be like,
Yes, yes, yes.
like, I'm like,
Oh, that's also a nice trick. Like you take the picture of the person and then you look like far away, like to
yeah,
the
you look
building, and
past
you
them.
keep doing like
Dude, I've seen a good video. I wish I remember who he was, but there was a guy, and he's got some amazing work. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but one YouTuber met him, and he videos him shooting, and that's exactly what he does. He almost so he'll be like on a sidewalk, and there's people walking this way, and he times it to where he's walking right in front of them, and he looks past them and goes, "Gah!" and
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and shoots them, and never looks away from, he's shooting them, but he's looking past the whole time. It's
yeah.
pretty good
It
stuff.
works. It works.
Yeah. And you can get some cool stuff. Yeah, so now I'm really excited. So I got the XT4, and I can shoot with the XT3, but also got the X100F. I kind of want to get that V.
Wow.
V.
The F is perfect. I would be more than happy with the F.
Yeah, right. It's true, man. It really is.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that the V has the, of course, the V. It has the tilt screen.
Ah. Hmm.
You can tilt the screen out,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
nice.
weather sealed.
Ooh. The F is not where sealed. Okay. That sucks because if it's where sealed, it's more like you can take it really everywhere.
Yeah,
Well, with more, don't feeling like, oh my God, it's raining.
yeah. I'm just such a sucker for this, for these,
Oh,
just the way they work, man. I like the way it feels and everything. I'm just still a sucker for it.
it's very nice.
But I'm kind of ready. I like this leather and everything, but I kind of want the V, just because
Mm.
it's a black. It's all black. I don't think they have
Hmm.
one.
Hmm. And what about the X Pro? Do you like the X Pros?
Yeah, man. I haven't shot with one. I was gonna try and rent one soon. Yeah,
Mm.
I want to get that X Pro 3.
Because yeah, I heard that one is very nice. Like one friend bought it and he's so happy with that camera.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like this the viewfinders.
Hmm.
And especially when you look through this one, it's really cool the way it works.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, in one of my videos I show it. In one of my New York. Have you seen my
Viewfinder.
New Orleans street portraits? Have you watched those videos?
I saw.
That's like
Um.
that's my most popular video is New Orleans street portraits part 2. I like
Okay.
part 1. Part 1's great too, but they're both. If you haven't seen those are like my most popular videos, so you should
I
probably
will
check
check
it out.
them.
Yeah, it's literally me. It's my most popular video, but I haven't been doing more of that content, and I need to, and
Hmm.
I plan on it. In
Hmm.
fact, I already have some filmed. I just got to edit it. Anyway, anyway, I'm new to video editing. I'm only like a year in, uh,
All right.
but yeah, I don't know how some of these kids pump out those videos so quickly.
Well, yeah, I think editing is not so hard, but you need to. I don't know. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, and you get the feeling like once you get see a lot of videos about YouTubers, you know. I was working in a okay, like a wedding company slash media production company, and I was editing their videos the whole time. Like they were producing the wedding videos or the shots, and I was just like editing the whole day, all the videos.
Yeah,
And once you know the shortcuts in Premiere Pro, then it's very easy.
yeah. I'm pretty. I got some pretty good shortcuts. I'm a good basic editor. I don't do anything fancy. I just.
Hmm.
But what takes a lot of time for me is you'll see is I really like timing up the
And the
video
music.
with the photo. No, music too. You'll
Hmm.
see in my street portraits one of my favorite things that I do is I video street performers and I use that music throughout the video. So I'll
Hmm.
overlay it. You'll hear the music for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you'll see me doing portraits of a street performer. And so I really love doing that. But what I was saying, what takes me a lot of time is I like syncing the shots up. Like I'll have the shots showing up on the screen as I'm taking them, and
Oh yes, I know what you mean. Oh,
so
that's
that
very
takes
nice.
the time. Yeah,
Do
I
you
mean,
have
I
like a do you
appreciate
have
it.
like a GoPro or?
Yeah, well, I did the XT3 at one point.
Hmm.
I used to do the XT3 on a little tripod, and then I'd put it off behind me or somewhere on the street.
Like for the portrait shoots, you mean?
Yeah, so when I would approach people on the street and be like, "Hey, can I do a
Hmm.
portrait of you?" And I'd shoot.
Okay.
So as I'm shooting them, the pictures are like showing up.
Oh, that's nice.
And so yeah, I really like it the way I do it, but it is time consuming. I mean, whereas I watch a lot of other street photo videos and they'll just like do a full cut, like the screen will go all black and they'll show their picture. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, screw that. I just want to see it. Chop, 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 you know, like
Maybe
say,
like a split screen or something.
what?
Like a split screen, maybe.
No, I just lay it over the whole shot, the whole thing, and it fades
Oh
off,
yeah,
and it'll fade
that's
off.
good.
And the way I frame it, I usually try to frame it to where there's somewhere either on the side or in between me and the subject. The picture will pop up. You'll see. You have to watch it. One of my recent ones I want to do, yeah. One of the recent ones I shot recently, I put my camera on. What do you want to call it? Automatic.
Tripod?
What do you call that when they just go off?
Bracketing?
Not bracketing, but automatic. You hold it down like an automatic.
Like a remote trigger.
What do you call that?
Continuous high.
Continuous shooting.
Okay.
Continuous. Yeah. On the XT4, it's like CL and CH. So.
Yes.
So. Yeah, I kind of want to show that one. One of the things I want to show in that video will be, because I have like my model and I have him running, and I'm like.
Oh yes.
So I'm trying to catch that blur effect where he's just in focus and everything else is blurry. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're panning with them. So I want to show that one, and I also want to show how many bad shots I get. You know, like it's like I literally I probably shot 50, maybe more shots, and got three in focus.
You mean like she's running and you're like patting the camera as well?
Yeah,
like,
you pan with them. So the idea is that they still
like bicycles, like
and their surroundings get blurry. Yeah, I wish I could show you one of the images. Yeah.
I'm doing actually right now something similar for the university, because we have some different photography classes, and we have do you say like to in scene photography, like stage photography, and we have to copy the style of a photographer.
Oh.
And do you know Barry Tallis?
Mm-mm.
The Israel photographer. Okay, he's shooting a lot of conflict, of religious conflict, and extreme people in Israel, doing like something similar, but with people with masks or people buying toilet paper. And it's I can show you some photos if you want.
Yeah, or send them to me.
Yeah, I will send you like a couple of them.
Because I actually I really love that. I like that small, like even in portraits where you have like a little bit of a blur to the hands or something, like that you can see they're in the middle of moving. I do a lot of that in my portrait work. Whether I show a lot of it or not, I don't know. But yeah, I really like that. I really like I like that slow shutter speed type stuff.
Yeah.
I like it to where, like, technically, even with like I have some jujitsu, I'll shoot some friends, while we're doing jujitsu and stuff. And I literally saw one today when I went to train, because they have a TV there, and most of the photos, like I've shot a lot for them, and they just have the pictures kind of showing up, and a lot of it I forget because I shot a ton, and the pictures will come up, and you can see it's like one person's face will be in focus, and then everything else is like just slightly blurred, showing like the action, like the person that they're against is like blurred, and it's cool.
That's
stuff.
nice.
I really love it. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff like that. I mean, you miss a lot of shots, but when you get it, you like get it. Like I like get. That's why I really like that shallow depth of field type stuff too.
And some people, I don't know how they do it, but they walk in a way like the face is like more stable than the body, and you see like the body is like more in movement, but the face sometimes is still. Like some persons can do it, like they can walk like that, and it's super nice.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm referring to in like some portraits. I have like one where I think it's on my website, where this woman, she's kind of posed like this, but like her hands just blurred, like moving like that, just her hands like blurred, cool stuff. So what do you? So you're in school and you're working on more photo type stuff.
Yeah, we are doing some like reportages and long-term reportage. I'm doing a reportage about a stripper who can't work right now because of the restrictions, the body contact.
Was she doing like video stripping or?
I don't know exactly what she's doing now, but I get to know her before the lockdown because I was photographing her dog.
Oh, send me her
Funny
Skype
enough.
address.
And I don't know, I'm working in some different projects right now, like the stripper, and I'm working also photographing a person that is anti-vegan, like he only eats raw meat, and it's a very crazy dude.
Carnivore diet.
Carnivore diet in Berlin. So yeah, but that project is also delayed because I can't travel right now. Well, I won't be comfortable like going and documenting him right now, but maybe into summer.
Mm. You're not
Yeah.
comfortable documenting them right now?
Oh, I mean like traveling to Berlin and meeting with more like people. Like I like to keep it, uh, yeah, more things slow down a little bit in this time.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Here, I'm gonna show you something. All right, we'll just geek out for a second with the
Ooh,
this vertical grip on it. Really cool. So
that's nice.
so like the one that you have the 5D Mark II with the vertical.
Mm-hmm.
It has a piece that goes into where the battery goes, so you only have two. This one doesn't have that. This one literally has three batteries in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
This is the XT3, and this I usually only use one of these because I think a strap kind of gets in the way
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. But anyway,
Oh, beautiful.
and then this one, when the XT4, uh, it's pretty cool. They added this little old school like leather.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a leather thing for the strap, which I don't usually use a strap, but the strap was so cool. It looks like their Fujifilm's putting a little more into their
Oh,
quiet, so it's really nice.
that's nice.
It's actually really nice. So, but I actually usually get, I don't know if you ever seen those like, this for my tripod, those little hooks you get on the bottom so it hangs upside down. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I like, to where I put these two straps on that hook and it'll just hang upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen that?
Like a quick rapid kind of.
Yes, yes, like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are cool.
Oh yeah.
But I'm too cool to get I like to try and make my own.
Oh, that's next level.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And which is your favorite? Which is your favorite lens for Fujifilm?
Oh, the 56, which is equivalent to the 85.
Okay.
That's all I have, dude. All I have for this is I have this one that came with this one. It came with the XT3. This is
Mm-hmm.
the 18 to 55.
Mm-hmm.
And it only opens up to 2.8 at 18 millimeters. And then
Mm-hmm.
we zoom to like 35 and to 55, it's like f4 or something, which is frustrating. But
Yeah. It would be nice if it's like 2.8 at the 55 and then
yeah,
4 at the.
come on. Yeah, but I love the 56, man. It just looks so awesome. It's in my camera bag. Oh, it's like right here, right by my feet.
Oh.
Oh, dude. Okay. So one of my favorite videos is look up Portrait Story by Haley Rains, of Haley
Mm-hmm.
Rains or whatever, with Haley Rains. So she's like a local, um, this is right when I started my YouTube channel, like right at a year ago, where I was in a coffee shop and I was like, do you guys know any, YouTubers in Louisiana? And somebody was like, do you know this girl Haley Rains? And I was like, so I immediately contacted her, and that's kind of like that's when I first had this idea where I photograph people and then interview them. So really, my approach with photography is kind of just it's my tool for studying the world, and studying people.
It's like an excuse.
Yeah, yeah. So that was like my excuse to meet
Uh-huh.
another YouTuber and learn from her.
Uh-huh.
So I did so, and we ended up making some really beautiful shots. And for that, what I used was I have this adapter, and this is my 50 that I used to use with that camera you have. I use for my Canon. It's a Zeiss.
Oh.
Zeiss 50, dude. This thing is amazing. And so I used this on the XT3 for Portrait Story with Haley Rains. Awesome stuff.
Wow, I can imagine.
That lens is only manual focus, and it can be a little frustrating sometimes, and it's super shallow depth of field because the adapter I had when I shot her, you couldn't adjust the aperture, so
it was open wide.
Yeah, so it's like f1 or something, like no joke. It was like probably the shallowest I've ever had. So
oh shit.
yeah, so I had like eye strain after the first 30 minutes of working with her. I interviewed her too, but I never posted that interview. I kind of wish I would. But that's my goal, man. Is like really to get to the point to where I can photograph, high performance people, great people that I want to learn from, and other photographers that we can learn from as well. That's where I want to go with my content. So my point of telling you about that was I had to get this one because it actually has autofocus that works.
Yeah.
And it shoots at 2.8, and it's it goes to 1.2, f1.2. But yeah, this is pretty amazing, and it looks really good on the camera too.
Well, it's very big to glass.
Yeah. All right, dude, that was fun.
Well, I wanted to really thank you for the camera. It's a really nice.
Yeah. What are you gonna shoot
really
with
appreciate.
it? What are you gonna shoot with it?
I'm gonna shoot mostly portraits of the street. Now documenting a little bit what is going on in Hanover, like in the lockdown. So yeah, tomorrow will be my first day of shooting it with a 50.
Yeah, dude, 50 is, the best for me, most versatile lens. I don't know, who Henry Cartier-Bresson?
Yeah, of course. Wait, okay. I can show you something. I have even a Henry Cartier-Bresson
landscape
portfolio Stern magazine. So
wow.
He shoots landscapes, but
dude, send me one.
That's his
most famous
the photo.
Decisive moment.
The most famous. Oh yes.
That's pretty great. Good stuff. Send me one.
Oh yeah, I will send you like the first photo I made with it.
Whatever, surprise me. That'd be cool.
All right.
If you can, dude. Check out the videos I told you about. I can't wait to see what you think. You'll find them. New York.
It's New York and part 2.
New Orleans Street Portraits, part 1 and 2. And then you'll see it's pretty funny. So part 1, I think they're both good. Part 1 has a better beginning, if you ask me. Whatever, they're both good. But the one that has, last I looked, it's like 32,000 views or something like that. It has a girl on the cover. So it's pretty funny.
All right.
So you're like, oh, that's why that one has more views. People click.
The classic.
It's true though. It's real. Oh, and the other one's me. I'm like, come on. It's me on a train. You'll see. It's really cool. Right. It's a cool shot. But dude, leave me a comment and let me know that you like them.
I will.
Even if they're crap, you're like, This is the worst video I've seen.
No, come on.
I'm all about brutal honesty. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, dude. Good chatting.
Yeah, thank you very much again.
Let me get some work done. Yeah, just send me some pictures and keep in contact.
Yeah, we will keep in contact and stay safe.
You too, buddy. Later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.